So I just got done with my closing shift at Jersey Mike's. This really isn't a video for you guys to watch unless you want to see me. Unfortunately, it's dark outside and I'm half black, so you may not be able to see me. There you go. Especially with this off. But this is more so something for you guys just to sit and listen. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall. I think I ran over the cone. There was a cone parked behind me. Somebody placed a cone behind me and I had no idea. Anyways, we're fine now. Hopefully disregard that. Anyways, we're gonna keep that. And, yeah, it was the cone. I was pushing it back. Anyways, so I'll keep this on actually, and we'll just drive and talk. I want to talk about aggression, and it's something that is talked about, but I feel like isn't talked about as much. And by that, I mean, it's also not applied as much. Everybody knows to be aggressive toward their goals, but a lot of people don't understand. And even me recently, I'm just learning how to really take advantage of my time in order to be aggressive toward what I'm looking to achieve. And this is just some brain rot that I've found within the past couple of months going through what I have been going through. Having to, start back from zero and really rebuild everything. Which, there's always two perspectives of looking at it. You could either sit there and look at it and be like, this absolutely sucks. Or you can sit there and be like, you know what? Okay, maybe this isn't as bad as I thought, and maybe there is something I could really take out of it. There's always two perspectives, two scenarios, and unfortunately, if you're ever on the opposite end of the spectrum, and I'm not talking about retarded, you will often not be able to see the opportunity within what you're going through, the struggle. I've mentioned that a few times, but I'm definitely emphasizing it because there's a lot of people that I know that are going through difficult times and that have gone through difficult times. And it's unfortunate because during those times, I see a lot of people that truly do have that potential quit. And they quit allowing themselves to be mediocre. And I think that's where aggression comes in, being able to be aggressive toward your goals and truly have a vision in mind of what you're looking to achieve. Because I've found that that is the true difference between someone who achieves their goal and someone who doesn't. I know a lot of good friends of mine, and they're probably watching this video, and if you guys are, hey, I'm mentioning them specifically for this reason, and this is a good reason too. And I'm very, very upfront and honest with everybody I speak to. I make sure I have intention with what I say, how I say it. And with some people specifically, I've talked to them and I've mentioned that the reason why they never truly have been able to grasp or achieve something is solely due to the fact that they're not aggressive toward their goals. Now the camera's on the floor, and I gotta wait to put it back up because we bought a crappy tripod that clearly doesn't work. Anyways, I guess I'll keep talking. I don't know if, the thing is still recording. Hopefully it is. But if it's not, then womp womp. You know what? I guess I'll pull over. That's how dedicated I am to getting this for you guys. I'm gonna pull over just to get the camera and reset it up for another 2 minutes before it falls again. This still recording. It is. I just love the fact that one day we're gonna look back at all this and just sit there and laugh. An aspect of how stupid all this is. Here you go. But aggression, back to aggression. You have to be aggressive toward what you're looking to achieve. You have to. It is so important. But then the question, becomes, okay, well, Lonnie, how do I be aggressive toward my goals, There's so many things I want to achieve. And yet whenever I seem to start building some consistency, I lose it. And this is where you have to truly sit and realize, right? And you have to ask the question, why are you doing what you're doing? Everybody talks about purpose and serving others, and yes, that's important, right? But I've found throughout my time of pursuing this for the past 2.5 years, both consistently and non-consistently, I've had both ends of the spectrum. And what a coincidence, when I was consistent, I was able to achieve everything I had set my mind to. And the moment I fell off of that consistency, guess what happened? Well, I lost it all, right? And so take it from me, unless you want to go out and learn the hard way yourself and go in and achieve everything, then lose it all, then have to sit there and refigure it all out again. But I'd say take it the easier way and hear it from me. Yes, you can have the purpose of serving others backing you during the times where you don't feel as motivated, or you feel like your discipline faded away, or whatever you want to say. That's fine, okay? But I found that there are truly just those people that are just absolute savages. I don't know what it is about these people. It's just something. I got it. The camera's not falling. It's something about these people that their ambition and their drive stems not from achieving anything, but literally just by being the absolute best version of themselves. You thought I was going to say absolute best in general. That's subjective, because you can become the absolute best. Absolutely, of course. But the true goal is to outperform your best every single day, because when you don't, if you're always looking towards someone else, or I want to be the best X, Y, and Z, I want to make the most money, or I want to drive the coolest car, and you should strive to do these things. Don't get me wrong. If you have goals that are related to that, I'm all for it, right? But that gives way to comparison. And what does comparison give way to? Envy. That's why you sit there, look online, look at everybody that's doing better than you, and sit there and compare your journey to theirs. Why are you comparing your journey to theirs? You are an entirely different person compared to this person. You have a different background. You guys may speak a different language. You have a different accent. You come from different households. Everything about you guys is different. Whether you realize it or not, you may be like, oh, well, he's broke and I'm broke too, and we live in the same country and continent and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. But the real reality is, you didn't have a one-of-one experience that individual had. So why are you comparing your two lives? Everybody's lives and everybody's life is different. And that's just the truth. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Right? But you just have to be able to sit and understand that in order for you to truly achieve what you want to achieve, and some people may be looking at me and be like, well, how do you know what you're talking about? You got no money. You work a 9 to 5. And those are the people, I guarantee you, those are the people that will never achieve anything they set their mind to. Want to know why? Because they're closed-minded. because they're unable to open their mind to the potential of what can be. And they're so, they have a fixed mindset rather than a growth mindset. So, I wonder how many times I've said so throughout this video. But with all that being said, it's absolutely fine for your purpose to just be a savage, to be the absolute best version of yourself you absolutely can be. That in and of itself is a purpose. So allow that to drive you, right? When you do fall off the track, because you will fall off the track. It's not, dude, you're going to fall off the track, you're gonna miss days, and that's okay. But James Clear said it best in Atomic Habits. It's fine to miss one day, just don't miss two. That's okay, And I'll have a talk about discipline for another time, because I think that is also a really, really good talk. But as I was, back to the main topic in terms of aggression toward your goals, how do you become aggressive? The truth is you have to have something driving you. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be as simple as getting out of the situation and environment you're currently in. That's a fact, that's a catalyst toward, whatever you want to set that toward, right? For me, it used to be about money. It used to be about proving to other people, that I'm different, that, what they thought of me wasn't true. And then the more I developed, the more I learned, the more I went through failure, I realized my true purpose was to become the absolute best version of myself I can be and give that to the rest of the world. Because you don't truly make an impact when you're just like everybody else. Think of it. If you're just like everybody else, what impact do you make? None. You're just like the next person and the next and the next. When you truly make an impact? Do you know when you truly make an impact? And that's when you're exceptional. That's when you're different. You're different. You're unlike everybody else. Why? Because then you're able to touch people in a way the average person can't. And that's why it's called the 1%. Because I truly do believe this, only 1% of people will ever make that decision in their life to pursue something that's bigger than them, to pursue something that is so inconceivable to the human psyche, and go after it every single day until they've achieved it, having failed over and over and over again. And yet still, through all that struggle, pain, hurt, get up again and continue to go after it. Like, that to me is a showcase of not only aggression, but understanding of their purpose, of what drives them. So my question to you is, what drives you? What drives you to do what you do? Why do you do what you do? It doesn't have to be because you want to be a savage. Personally, me, I know I'm an exception. I know I'm an anomaly. I'm different. But not everybody is, and that's okay. You don't need to be. But if you're pursuing a goal, a dream in your heart, a vision, and if you're watching this channel, you should be, what's your catalyst? Why do you do what you do? Is it to prove a point to someone? Is it to prove a point to yourself? Maybe it's to become successful and flex on everybody. Who knows? But whatever it is, find that and truly hone in on it. Because you'll find that through all of that, all of the hardship, all of the trial, all the tribulation, behind that and after that is the person you're looking to become. Because you don't achieve your goals, and I learned this very, very, very recently. I knew this, but I didn't know this, you know? You know when somebody says something, you just kind of brush it off until you get to a point to where you're so screwed in life, you sit there and you think back and you have to actually reflect for once. Yeah, that's what I had to do. You don't achieve your goals by simply saying, oh, I want to achieve it, and writing down a vision board. Absolutely not. And the thing is, this is coming from someone who has done that and still has the vision board. Like, I remember I wrote myself a $35,000 check. And this is when I had absolutely no money. I wrote myself a $35,000 check to the dealership, H. Greg Lux. This was previously for a BMW i8 Roadster I wanted. So I'm putting the rest and clipping it together. And that was for a BMW i8 Roadster I wanted. And guess what? I wrote that check, and I'm clearly not in a BMW i8 Roadster. Am I? Absolutely not, no. So, take it from me. Fire department's here. Okay. I don't know what they're doing. There ain't no fire. But, take it from me. I learned that through that, you don't achieve what you want to achieve by simply writing down, oh, what's my monthly goals? And then continue to live the exact same life and be the exact same person you were. No. You achieve your goals by slowly developing, and I said slowly, developing into the individual that is able to achieve those goals. And it's going to take time, and that's all right. You just have to be able to understand and accept that in order to become this individual that is filled with that aggression and that passion and that drive that very, very, very few people have, is gonna take daily struggle. It's going to take often constant reminders of where you're looking to go. But don't get so caught up with where you're looking to go that you forget where you are right now, because that happens with a lot of people, and that's happened with me. And so, anyways, I'm yapping right now. This video's long enough. But in terms of aggression, if I could simplify it in fifth grader terms, I always like to say that. How do you have that aggression toward your goals and truly, truly go at it every single day? And no, like I said before, you're going to have days where you don't, and that's totally okay. It's fine to fall down once. Just don't let it compound. That's it. How do you have aggression? You find your purpose. How do you find your purpose? How do you figure out your purpose? Well, there's two types of individuals. There's one that goes complete monk mode, travels to Nepal, shaves their head, and becomes a monk, right? And then they figure it out that way. And then there's the other person that sits there and figures out, okay, well, what do I really want to do in life? What impact do I want to have? And when you ask yourself these questions and you begin to spend time alone, you'll start to get clarity on where to go, what to do, and how to do it. Because you've allowed your mind to settle. But that's a talk for another time. Call that episode Loneliness. That'll probably be like episode 3. Or episode 4. Next one's probably gonna be Discipline. This is just off the top of my head. But anyways. And you truly figure it out. And then you allow that to drive you every single day. And you'll know whether it is truly your purpose, because if it's not, you won't have that fire within you. And obviously, as time continues, I'll probably remake another video of this with a lot more wisdom and clarity. But for now, that's what I got. So I love you guys. I gotta go edit these TikToks. Post tonight. Got a lot of work to do. It's already 11 p.m. But then gotta wake up 6 a.m. market open. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Love you. Keep pursuing your goals. Don't stop. Absolutely no matter what. Find your purpose. Have aggression toward your goals every single day, and I promise you, you'll achieve more than your mind can even conceive. Love you guys. Peace.